Hey, Pamela here, and today I want to share a review on a cookbook that I have fallen in love with, and that is Angela Liddon's Oh She Glows. I love this cookbook because it has a lot of beans and lentils and nuts and seeds and grains and everything that makes me feel really fantastic. And not only that, it's just beautiful to look at, right? This is a Canadian cover, and she has a lot of color photographs. So, it really keeps me inspired when I'm making something to actually see what it is that I'm going to be making. So let me share a couple things. I haven't had it that long, but I'll share with you a couple things I've made so far. And the first one is the Effortless Vegan Overnight Oats. And this is only 5 minutes to make this. You make it the night before, and what a thing to wake up to and to start my day with something that beautiful works for me. And then the next one is the Out the Door Chia Power Donuts that look like this. Only they looked a little bit different for me because I didn't have a donut pan, so I made muffins out of them. And they were still, super beautiful, really delicious. And best of all, I felt good after I ate them because they're so substantial and they're so healthy and hearty. And the icing is just a nice, icing on top, right? It's a lemon coconut whipped cream, and you can make this pretty easily if you have one of those electric mixers. I didn't. I used a fork, but it actually inspired me. I might just get one. Okay, and then I made the crunchy seed and oat flax bread, or the flat bread, and that I made in my dehydrator instead of the oven. And I might try the oven next time just for the fun of it to see how that goes. But when I took them out of the dehydrator, it was everything I could do to not eat all of them because they were warm right out of the dehydrator. They tasted so good, and I just put them in my fridge, and so I didn't eat them all. Okay, the next one I'll share with you are some of the smoothies. I've made all 3 of these smoothies. You will see the Cheerful chocolate smoothie, the velvety pumpkin pie smoothie, and the Gym Rat smoothie, all really delicious. And this is actually how I learned about Angela Liddon, because I was doing a class for kids when we had so many pumpkins in the fall, and I was doing pumpkin pie in a glass class. And so I tested about 8 or 9 different pumpkin pie smoothie recipes from the internet, and Angela Liddon's won. And I'm like, who is this person from Oh She Glows? Because she's fantastic. It wasn't like a little bit better than the other ones. It was like night and day, way better than the other ones. Okay, and then I made the broccoli and cashew cheese quinoa burrito. This one is really great, like if you need some comfort food, check it out. And I have a friend who's still trying to get off cheese because, cheese is so addictive that if you make something like this, you don't miss it as much. The cashew cheese sauce is so fantastic. Like, you could use that for a lot of different things. It's the same with the icing too. The icing on the donuts I just showed you, that icing you could use on a lot of different recipes. Okay, and then I made this lentil walnut loaf. I made this when my parents came out because they are meat eaters, and I wanted to make them something really hearty and substantial that they would say, wow, this is vegan? This is outstanding. And it was. It took me a little bit more time, like 45 minutes. This is more in depth, but it was worth it. I had the time, and I really wanted to make them something that they would, really, really enjoy. Now today, this is what I'm going to make. It is the luxurious tomato basil pasta. And that is because I have a lot of basil that's been growing in my yard, and the tomatoes are fresh right now. So I'm going to use all of those to create that meal. One more thing I wanted to say was, your recipes, your dishes are only going to be as good as the produce that you pick. Now this zucchini, my neighbor Randy gave to me over the fence the other night, and I know he grows his stuff with love, and it was such a feeling of abundance. He's like, here, take this, take more of that, take that. And I like that feeling of abundance and color and vitality. And if we are what we eat, this is what I want in my life. You probably do too, right? Abundance, color, vitality. So this is how you get it with the great produce. One more thing I'll share before I sign off, and that is another reason I love this book so much, is because I hooked up with my high school sweetie We were 16 years old, and now we're 56 years old. And by a weird set of strange coincidences, we hooked up again. And now he bought me this book when we were up in Victoria, and I don't get to see him for 3 more weeks. So actually, it's down to 2 weeks now. But I decided to make something out of this cookbook every day until I see him again. Aw, isn't that sweet? But for one thing, it's a distraction for the time. And another thing is, it's something to look forward to. So that's my story on Oh She Glows cookbook. I encourage you to, check it out and have it on hand.